In this video, I'm building a zoo and keeping you company with calm commentary whilst you relax and fall asleep. I'm MadMorph, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome home. This is Fall Asleep with MadMorph, episode 54, and in this episode, I'll be moving in the elephants, the lions, and building our African Jeep safari. If this video helps you, then subscribe for more like this, and let me know in a comment below. Check out the free podcast Down to Sleep, where I read full books and bedtime stories to you. It's free to listen on Spotify and everywhere you get podcasts, and there's a Patreon if you want to get even more. I've been doing that for 5 years, so there are a lot of episodes. And there's even merch in the shop. You can find the links below this episode. There's a new night shirt with a sleepy bear on, which is pretty cute. But for now, let's tuck you in, take a nice deep breath, and let's get down to sleep. With Planet Zoo, Part 4. Welcome back to the Sleepy Zoo. We're jumping right into it because the orangutan is about to mature. We've been waiting for this moment, and it's a very stressful experience, as I'm sure you perhaps know, and as you can see written all over Dharma's face here. Beautiful name. Named after the organisation in the popular TV show Lost, of course, the most misunderstood ending of all time. Let's jump in and see what happens as our little friend grows up, heads over to bed, has a little sleep. It's your birthday. You're ready to mature after a little snack, and welcome to adulthood. And there you go, just like that. That's how it happens. That's actually how it happens. You wake up one day. It's a bit like the movie Big with Thomas Hanks. And there we go. No awkward teen phase for our zoo. And now they're an outsider, so they immediately have to be sent away, which is rather sad. Now you're a gold orangutan, but so is your father, so let's just go ahead and rescue you before fights start, because we really don't want to see that, do we? I'm going to release you to the wild, actually. You don't need to be rescued. We've rehabilitated you. And now you're being released. Look at that. Beautiful. The process starts all over again. I've mentioned it before, I'm sure, but I have adopted an orangutan. Not in real life. I just pay yearly for their care in a conservation rescue place where they actually rehabilitate them as babies to help them, hopefully, get the skills that they need to be released back into the wild. And we just did that right here. How wonderful. Alright, welcome back. That was a exciting start as they aged up. We'll begin with a little tour and a catch-up, and then get things going. So as you've seen, those are our orangutan. Beautiful, canopy-covered home. Over here, we have our red pandas, who are often stressed and shy, and seem to be hiding right now. As we take a little look around, looks like their food is honking and needs cleaning. Where are you, my loves? There you are, baby. Having a little snooze, but I love red pandas, and there they go, all curled up. It's so cute. I die when my cat sleeps like this. They used to sleep like it together. I've got 2 brothers, and they used to curl up like that and sort of make a heart smushed together. But they don't do it as much anymore because they're seniors now, and it's a bit like grumpy old men, you know? They're not as fond of each other as they used to be. We've got our lemurs over here. The piano-playing lemur is ready to welcome you in with a little song. Take it away, my friend, maestro. Beautiful. This is, of course, the official theme tune for the Fall Asleep podcast. You're elderly. How sad. Me when I visit the old people's home. You're elderly. How sad. We have our polar bears that started the whole thing, which is why it doesn't look like the greatest habitat, but there's very little you can do with an Arctic polar bear habitat. And this was the first one we did, which is apparently, the comments let me know, the biggest enclosure, which took us by shock how big we had to make it. Beautiful polar bear here wandering around. Kimmik. We have our wolves. This is our Arctic themed area over here towards the shipwreck that have been having lots of little cubs. They hang out in here on the Arctic wilderness. And we built this little area, so I think where we left off. Built this, sort of like you're coming through the bows of a shipwreck as you come into the Arctic, with a little picnic area that nobody uses because it's freezing cold. And a very popular slushy shop. Gulpy slush from the ice of the Arctic. We have our zebras, which are yet to have a baby. We did put a lady in here. After the video, people pointed out that I just put a bunch of dudes in here. But still no baby. No baby zebra yet. And I'm just now wondering, should a zebra not be like sand? If it's a savanna? Is the savanna grassland? I guess we'll find out, because that might be what we're doing today. And over this way, this is what we worked on just in the last video. We got a lot done. A massive walkover pond for the swans, because I love swans. And we've got our swans and our cygnets. And this big area. Oh my god, look at this baby having a snack. Ow, ow, ow. Chomping away, wagging his tail. This one waddling over. So cute. Love swans, love ducks, love geese. Had to get that DLC when I saw they were in there. And as such did a massive area for them. You left a baby behind. This would never happen in real life. How dare you? Sweet little Aragorn. Of course it's Aragorn, off on his own adventure. Where's the other one? Wasn't there 3? Ah, and there's Gimli and Legolas. That's exactly what happened in real life. The swan family I care for. And over here we built, this was our new thing, our first walkthrough exhibit, which we're going to be doing more of today. As you come in here, and it's a deer park. And coming back to this now, we did this quite quickly at the end of the last video. This actually looks really good. I'm so happy with this. Let's hop into someone's head and have a walkthrough. This turned out so nice. Kind of a less is more situation with the trees and everything. I think it works really well. I mean, imagine enjoying this with these mountains in the background. It'd be crazy. Absolutely gorgeous. Not you, dear. I'm talking about the park. Right. So that's where we're at. That's what we've been doing. Look at these people littering a walkthrough exhibit. Have you ever seen such a disgusting beast as man? Let us put a bin in here. Absolutely foul humans. With a classic bin through it. People would though, wouldn't they? It's very realistic. It's very realistic that we have to ruin the look of this with bins because people are tramps. Polar bear is about to die of old age. It's getting sad. Wow. With us from the start, and as we start the next episode, Kimmik very unceremoniously keels over. Our very first animal, 31 years old, died of old age. Thank you so much for everything. And for sharing your life with us. Wow, just gonna walk right past her. Act like it didn't even happen. Everyone processes grief in their own way. go. That's the kind of... That's what we want. A little tear, a little sob, and on with life. So is this now empty? Do we have anyone in here? Because I think this is now empty, so it's time to bring in a new polar bear. Before we start what we're doing today. Polar bear. Let's bring in... see what we have. Anyone impressive? Not really. Let's bring in a lady bear. And... sure. Guy bear. Get him in. Now where have you gone? Because the one we just got was here. But we didn't move you into the place. Animal storage, there you go. Why do we have a swan in storage? What's happening? Luke the swan. Let's check whether you can actually join the others, because it might be that the social group is done with. I don't think they're going to want to share with you. Oh, they need hard shelter. Oh my god, the sound they make, that is actually very much like the sound they make in real life. They do sort of guinea pig like puppy whiny noises. They do it when they come over and I feed them. So let's pop some hard shelter down for them. Something nice and simple that would fit into this vibe, I think. Maybe this classic shelter would look really nice against this brick. But over there... there we go, a bit of shade. That should hopefully make them happy. Just check that it's not clipping through into orangutan land. And we're happy. Great. So we should release to the wild Luke there. As this family is full. So today, I think, since we're in the midst of so many heat waves in Europe and in the UK over here, which is why the videos have been a little bit slower and everything's been slower, it's very difficult to work in heat. My room gets extremely, extremely hot. We're about to have our 6th heat wave. It's been 47 something days without rain. Let's work on our African savanna journey. We've been planning this since we moved the zebras in. Or if you're American, zebra. And so we're going to build a jeep ride as you go on an African safari. We won't incorporate the zebras into it. We're going to leave that be because it was a lot of work to get right. We're going to leave them there as sort of the entrance to it. And as you come over here, things will turn into a safari ride. So we have to take a look. We've got transport rides and a 4x4 adventure tour. There's also a monorail. There's a riverboat ride. That's very cool. A steam train. Those are 2 other things I would be very interested in doing. A riverboat ride. What do they have in terms of river animals you could see? Surely not hippos. So dangerous. But today we're going to do the jeep ride. So we need to have a beginning. Does it start? Does it just start like that? Is that how people get on? How do we do this? I think we'll have it start over here somewhere. And go from there. Let's just experiment and see what happens. If I put this in, it lets us start to place a track. Okay. Bit like building a roller coaster in Planet Coaster or other theme park roller coaster builders are available. Oh, we can go up into the air. And we can add on to here. So, And then how do people queue up to this and get on it? I guess they just walk up to the station. So first, we're going to want to actually look at what animals... I think we build the animal exhibits first, and then build the Jeep around that. That would make more sense, because we don't know how much space they're going to need. So, reset all filters, and we'll take a look through what is on offer. So, I had a quick read. Apparently, you can put any animal they can go through on this safari, because they're considered safe, I guess, because they're in the Jeep. So let's have it end with lions and going through a lion exhibit. Let's see what they need. El Leon. The Leo. What's your star sign? Here we have the West African lion. I am a Leo. And check the needs first, is 700 meters squared and a grade 3 climb-proof fence. It do be a cat, it do be climbing. So our grade 3, we can use a steel mesh. Grade 3, what else do we have? Wood logs is grade 3, but it's climbable. Steel mesh is climbable. What's not climbable? Concrete's not climbable. Glass not climbable. Brick not climbable. Gabion. Corrugated. Chain link is climbable. Electric? I don't think we want to get into doing electric. Okay. I guess we'll have to go with brick, which is a shame. Now I wonder if a lion could leap over here and get to the zebras. Do we want to find out? Because I'm wondering if I could leave that side open, so that as you come around with the Jeep, you have a look of the zebra as well as the lion. I guess we could try it. So this will be our lion habitat, and we'll need to come off of here. Oh. A bit in the ground there, sweetheart. And let's start to build this out a little bit. So I'm thinking about them coming in here. We'll put a gate that the Jeep comes through as it then winds around to this space. Now, I think it would be cool if when you get on the Jeep, we actually have the glass along here, and you kind of get a look at where you're going to end up when you're looking through the glass and you're thinking, oh, are you going to go in there, Mama? And Mama's like, I sure hope not. And Dad's like, oh yeah, we are. We're going to feed you to the tiger. And then you sort of have that anticipation for the whole ride, because your dad's Walton Goggins. And then as we come to here, and we'll hopefully then go bang like that. And then we're going to switch to a null. And I'm just going to hope lions can't leap as we come down into here for the null barrier. I wish it would just kind of let me go down there, because I don't want them to trip the alarm. But it doesn't seem to want to allow for that. As we place this along the side as closely as we can. Let's make it a little shorter. Oh, there we go. Trying to get it as close to the edge as we can so that lions aren't... There we go, we've got down into the trench. That's what we need. So now we have an enclosure, which is... If we put a gate on, I suppose, we'll turn it into one. Barriers, gates, and we want wooden track airlock. That's probably climbable, is it? Does it have any stats? Do the gates have stats? I don't think it needs to be glass. It looks like something out of Jurassic Park. I think a wooden track will do. Got to pick a pocket or two, boy. Any wooden track will do. And let's kind of wish this was a bit straighter. Let's come from this side. Now, I wonder if I need to raise the wall. Let's have another little peek at what the lion's requirements were. Dangerous animal has escaped. Sweetheart, why are you now acting up? A zebra just leapt over. That's not a good sign. And a wolf died. Now why? After all of this time, would you decide to jump over? You naughty horsey. That's probably not a good sign for the lions, but we'll see what happens. So, the lion, the witch, the wardrobe, 700 meters, 3 meters. So we've got to bring up our... So we slide along, so we do it all in one. On this side, up to 3 meters. And then we come over here and do the same on this side. Because those naughty cats have a bit of a leap, don't they? And pull it up to 3 meters also. That looks a bit more usable. So, let's bring a lion in and see if they can make the leap, I suppose. Is this now a habitat? It's not considering itself a habitat yet. Perhaps a staff entrance is needed? The staff could actually slink in from here, couldn't they? They could come through our market. And we could have the staff entrance on this side. A habitat gate. That's what's needed. Around the back. Now it's a habitat. Great. And it's very big. It's bigger than it needs to be, but, you know, let's give them some space, right? I wonder if they could share with anything. Probably not. So we have a gold West African lion. Critically endangered, unfortunately. Regions Senegal, Mali, Niger. 8 to 40. The temp for them. Relations with humans. Confident. Couldn't be me. Mating system. Promiscuous. Interspecies. Does not share. Important alert. Requires attention. Dangerous animal has escaped. Why are you suddenly escaping so much? What has caused this? Is it because you know the lions are coming? Starting to act a little crazy. I might have to put a little fence along here, I think. It's giving us issues. Let's go ahead and fence it off, I think. Fencing, fencing, where are you? In construction. Let's put a little African fence around this side. It's still going to have that vibe of being borderless. But I think we need a little bit of safety here. As they seem to be always coming off of this corner, don't they? But yeah, anyone else just tired of summer? Are you dying for the burr months? Burr. It's a burr month for the bears, I can tell you that. Because if you're like me, you're waiting, you're hoping, you're dying for it to get colder. Will we still complain about the cold when it comes? Perhaps, perhaps. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. It's been the driest, hottest July, I think, since records began. At least the driest. Technically in a drought. You're gonna do it again? Right while I'm doing a fence? You are a very naughty horse. But I'm just gagging for some rain, to be honest with you. Okay, why is this suddenly at an angle? Move that up. Delete that one. I'm going to rename you, sweetheart. Your name is no longer Zaid. You are Houdini. Oh, that's the African fence. Did your name take? No, hang on. Houdini. That's your name. I took in a cat that I thought was a stray and called him Harry after Harry Houdini because he used to climb in through my blinds and I had no idea how he was getting into my ground floor flat. Say that 10 times fast. Or getting out. He would sneak in when I would leave the window open. I'd be in the other room on the computer and I'd come in and he'd fly through the blinds and leave a cat-shaped hole in them like a cartoon. And then he ended up just staying. So I called him Harry. Aragorn's about to age up. Let's see what happens to this beautiful signet. As we may have to move them out quickly before they fight. Oh my god, it's like he's looking up and saying, I'm about to grow up, Dad. How cute is this? Or is this Mum? And they're giving him a little preen, a little clean. I could cry. This is so cute. Time to grow up, little man. Time to face the world, learn to fly, make your own family. Fly like them. No, like you, not like them. Ruin the quote, ruin the moment. I ugly cried during the wild robot. Oh wait, someone just grew up in the background. It said Aragorn though. Legolas matured. And you're not an outcast? Maybe you can still hang out here, that would be cool. And there you go, there's Aragorn. All grown up. They seem socially okay, I guess we'll just keep an eye on them. There are some large groups of swans. I think it depends. So like the pond near me, it's a couple, and it's been the same couple for as long as I've been here. And they have cygnets. The cygnets grow up and they either chase them off or the sanctuary has to come and rehome them. Because the dad starts to attack the boys. And the girls. I think they're just like, get out of here. It's time to, you know, you're not even paying rent. Bye. But usually when cygnets leave, they join a large group of swans. And that's where they find their mate. And learn to fly. And then they leave together and start a family. Oh, little Legolas hasn't grown up yet, just having a little swim on his own. How cute's that? There's a late bloomer. That's okay, take your time. Alright. Hasn't been another escape, so I think it was just this corner was causing an issue. Perhaps the barrier was attracting them. Little Harry Houdini. So anyway, I had this cat and I took them in and they started to like sleep there. I was very careful not to feed them because I know how cats can choose a new owner if you feed them. You know, every morning he was at my window meowing. Every night I would put him out. I'd be like, I don't think you should sleep here, buddy. Just in case you have an owner. But it was weeks and weeks and weeks of this. Every morning he's there, all day in my house until I'd put him out at night. So I was like, I guess you're a stray or been abandoned, so I'll start to take care of you and feed you. I lived there for like another year. Take care of Harry Houdini. I move. It's a place where I can't have cats, but my family love cats. My family cats were still at home. They've always rescued cats. Another escape. A wolf cub. Look at you out on an adventure. Adorable. I don't know how you got over this fence. Is it not meant to be climbable? What's happened there? Interrupting my stories, these animals. And so I asked my family to take him in. Whilst I was living somewhere where I couldn't have a cat, they were more than happy to, and I would visit him all the time. He gets unwell. They take him to the vet. He has a chip. He has an owner. Looking back, I probably should have checked, but I'm older, so I'm not used to there being chips. And they were like, we literally can't let you leave with him. We have to return him to his owner, to my dad who took him. So I never even got to say goodbye. He had to then drive him over to return him. I guess it's weird that they said, no, you've got to take him to the owner, but we can't let you leave with him. And then they let my dad leave with him to return him. But, you know, my dad actually did drive him back over to where I used to live and returned him. And they said, oh my gosh, you know, can't believe you got him. We went away for a while and that we had a cat sitter and a house sitter. And when they came back, the house sitter said, I had an argument with your cat. Very suspicious. So I think the person cat sitting was mean to him and he was like, bye, I'm a cat, I'll just leave. That's what they do. And that's why he came and lived with me for that time. So I think I did a good thing. I took in, you know, a sad boy for a while and gave him a very loving home. But I'm glad they got him back. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's not their fault, but vet your house sitters and your cat sitters. And always this struck me as very odd to be like, yeah, the house sitter said they had a row with the cat. Sorry? How do you row with a cat, sir? Oh gosh, what have I done? There we go. So now we have a little secret staff path up to here. We'll correct that later on. We just want to get our lion in for now. And start getting this ready as we work on our savannah. Being rescued from a private zoo. I think I'm going to do a post on my Instagram showing the animals I have adopted in real life. So maybe not perhaps by the time you see this, but at some point I will put that up on there. Just because we're doing this series and hopefully encourage people to do the same, it makes a wonderful, wonderful gift. I've had my own going on for quite a few years, and at Christmas I just did a bunch. We're like a no presents, but do a Secret Santa fam. So I just got everyone sneakily an adoption because I like to buy people things, but I understand that people don't want to do presents for everyone, so they just wanted to do a Secret Santa, which is fun. But I still wanted to get everyone something, so I got everyone an adoption for a year. Oh, look at this boy. Look at this beautiful boy, that beautiful mane. This is me at the moment needing a haircut. Look, so beautiful. Alright, so now you can get an easy look at what terrain you need. short grass, too much long grass here. Or sand. Oh yeah, I need to do an exit point here on this habitat. Another gate. We need to come up like this and actually have an exit. Because I think this is too close. Maybe I'll move this and I'll just keep the habitat how it is. We'll move this down here somewhere. May actually just remove this for now. Okay, so Leo de Leon. Let's start painting our habitat for you. First of all, let's go ahead and get rid of all of that long grass. And this now becomes too much short grass for you, so we're going to balance that out with everything else you like, soil and sand. I think it would make sense if the soil kind of followed where the Jeep's going to come through. We can almost make it feel like a, you know, there'll be a path coming through here as you go on your little safari. Bum bum ba-dum ba-dum. So anyway, yeah, I guess check out the Insta at some point, depending on when you're listening to this, if you want to see the cavalcade of adopted animals. The one that I remember most and like to read the updates of is there's an orangutan. As I say, it's been growing up, and I'm like, I've been adopting you for years at this point. At some point, it's got to get to the point where you go out into the big wide world, isn't it? Oh, actually, you want some rock. It is a requirement, even. Let's put some rock around the dirt of the path here, just painting it in. Blend this in. Leon wants some rocks to get involved with. And it's not going to be like a great big circle thing that you're doing in here. It's just a little final drive through, a bit of excitement at the end. Let's blend this in with our dirt track. It's a little loop-de-loop. And I think what we'll do is a sort of rocky sleep area. Because you want rock, not soil. And we'll sort of blend that in somehow. You actually want a little bit of long grass. We'll have the long grass off to the side to help blend in the rock and the track here. Adds a little bit of depth, a little bit of difference. And then just balance that out with a bit more rock that you're after on these edges. There we go. And along here could be rock, couldn't it? Towards the edge. Playing with fire with that little leap, I know. But I want to see what happens. Whilst we're working on it, we can see what happens. We'll be right on it if they leap over. We're here, we're paying attention. So the environment, you're actually happy with it being like this. Which is a little strange. But it's a grassland biome, so we'll see what we can put in here. Change our biome over, just filters it out nicely for us. And put some African palms along here, which look beautiful. Some of this background music started to sound a little bit like Hotel California then. So you don't actually want too much coverage, so we do have to be a little bit careful. Ooh, a big baobab would look really nice here. I am a fan. Fan of the baobab. Baobab. Let's put that right there. So people come around the baobab tree. Ooh, we could actually have a thinner one. Hang on, let's try that. I think that looks better. That's a better view. And it'll look really nice when we're zoomed out. And adds a bit of variety. So let's bring in, I think, bushes around here. We'll start to make things look a little bit more realistic, a little less clinical. Just kind of like growing up in the shade of these trees and in between them. Patches of dry grass. Perhaps we'll do a row of bushes along the back. Wow, that's a very interesting looking baobab tree. Sort of looks like the potato that you forgot under the sink and you find it years later and it's like, help me. Interesting. Oh, these are very nice looking trees. Let's do a row of these blackthorn. Does it say? It says blackthorn bush, but I mean it looks like a beautiful tree. The kind of foliage coming off of it. It's sort of like a leafy candy floss. It's wonderful. We'll do a row along there to create some a distance between the rest of the park and what we're doing. And what feels strange here is this glass just in the middle of nowhere, so I kind of want to break that up with, so it feels like you're looking through instead. It's going to make that feel more alive, you know. Oh wait, no, that's going to be a gate there, so we'll carry on this side. Just help blend it into the world so it's not glass on flat. Along here. Oop, that's gone a bit wrong. There we go. I believe you need a shelter, so let's go ahead and see what we have there. If you're enjoying this series and you have the use of your arms at the moment, you're not sleeping, feel free to subscribe for more like this. If this is your first time here, welcome. There is other parts of this Build a Zoo series which I'm kind of carrying on here and there. I was really thinking, coming back to this, I've sort of been lost in the heat, you know, lost in the source of the heat as to why it's been so long since I came back. And I suddenly thought, Planet Zoo 2's coming out. We need to step it up if we want to finish this zoo. I think it would be really nice to do the Build a Zoo series through August and September, and then hopefully we can get a really nice zoo finished. And then when Planet Zoo 2 comes out, I think start a new one. I think that might be the plan. So we need a few more parts of this to get this zoo done. I'll try and do it so there's like a nice, so it's finished and then there's like a little break. A short season hiatus before number 2, which I think would be nice to cover. Let me know. Let me know in a comment, babe. I love how people are so suspicious of everything now, that everything is just engagement bait to some people. Like me involving the audience and asking a question. Especially on my movie channel, where I analyze movies. The vibe of that is meant to be like a book club, movie club. It's called the MadMorph Movie Club. So I'm always like, what do you think? Like, let me know. Like, I want to read your comments. And I do read all of the comments. And love to see the theories that people come up with and stuff. And then, like, every so often there'll always just be someone that's like, such engagement bait, asking us questions every so often. It's like, you're just not used to being involved in anything? What do you mean? I want to ask it. It's for me. It's not for you. It's because I want to read the replies, mate. Oh look, this glass is already cracked. I mean, that came like that because literally nothing's happened yet. Unbelievable. Sending it back. Got the warranty on this. But I guess it's just, you know, that is the world we live in now. You have to be very suspicious of everything, don't you? Why is this guy asking me a question? Bum bum bum. Also, engaging with a video actually doesn't do as much for the video as people think. It actually is more you informing the algorithm that you want to see more of it. So leaving a comment means you're more likely to see these videos in the future, and videos like it. Because these being sleep videos, they actually don't get a ton of comments because people be sleeping. They still do pretty well, do better than other videos that have loads of comments, you know. Which in a way, I'm kind of optimistic about hopefully the change. I know algorithmic feeds and platforms, they have their issues, but if you think about it, that kind of change could lead to us having a less grifty climate in content. If comments become less weighted, then people will stop baiting for them so obviously with really controversial content, you know, which would be nice. That could only be a positive thing for society. Right, this is looking good. We haven't done too much, but I'm really happy with how this is coming along for our lion. He has too much coverage. There's now too many trees. Darn. I think we're going to have to remove a few of these. Let's do every other blackthorn bush. Which actually I might prefer. And let's see if that's enough to keep the lion happy. Almost. Let's lose this one. Oh. Animals requires less plant and tree coverage. Now, surely this dry grass isn't causing it. Let's remove a couple of those. No, it's still 27, so I need to lose a tree. Let's lose one of these at the side. Okay, perfect. Good thing we checked. No more trees welcome. So I just have to be bushes and plants along here now. Let's leave this like this for now, and we'll bring our enrichment and our food in, and then we shall, once the track is in, start to kind of decorate around that. So let's get you a nice big food trough. Let's filter you actually to make sure that it's the right thing. Now, you're not coming up under African. What is ya? West African. Okay, down to W. West African Leon. A large water bowl over here. And very important for cats to stay hydrated. Let's get a water pipe over here. And then a food tray, large, right here, where people can see from the... Actually do it on this side so the staff don't have to cross over the track. And let's get you some enrichment. I should also check to make sure that it's a good temp in here for them. Nice and hot. A rubbing pad. Ooh, there's a bark design. Is that new? I haven't seen that before. I wonder if that unlocked with a DLC. A prey scented sack. That is so something you'd have right here for people to come and see. Scratching tree. Oh, I hope this doesn't add as a tree, but that would be really cool right here. For you to come and scratch on. Yes, it doesn't count. Nice. That's a little hack, I suppose. A sprinkler. That's cute. Oh my gosh, there's a sprinkler as you come in, and it gets you wet, And then you have to go on the ride wet. And there's one when you leave as well. Nice. Okay, don't want to overdo it on the enrichment because we don't want it to just look like a too zooey, you know? Zooey. So now we have terrain good, shelter good, enrichment 50%. So you actually want some more. Okay. Copper box. Still 50. Enrichment's only partially covering the animal's needs. Maybe if I hide a scratching post as a tree. I just don't want it to feel so enrichy. That didn't make it go up at all. Food enrichment. Ah. So you want more... The only thing that it says is good for you is prey-scented sack. Wait, I'm in the wrong place. I am in the wrong tab. Food enrichment. Oh my god. Is it good for me to give you a pinata zebra right by the zebras? This is traumatizing if I put this here. If I put pinata zebras here where the zebra can see, but maybe it'll distract you from going over there. This is hilarious. And that's your enrichment taken care of. Oh, you should have put a climbable frame in. This looks so cool. And then you can be up there and watch over the zoo. Oh, I didn't think about this. No, we don't quite have the space for it. Maybe we'll do this for the leopards or something. I would kind of worry about you leaping over here. But that could be cool. We'll come back to that. So, socially, how are you? You're actually okay being on your own. But let's bring in a mate. We have... Abacanile? Oh, 0 fertility. Sorry, darling, but we want to get... He leapt over! It's okay. Sorry. It's fine. It's okay. I paused the game in time. Everyone is safe. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's right behind me, isn't he? It's giving Marvel jokes for our zebra here. Right. You naughty lion, get back in your world. Naughty. Nothing happened, don't worry. Okay, we're gonna have to extend our fence then. Should we extend the glass? I think we extend the glass because that way people can see the zebras. But yeah, it's not gonna... Good thing we were paying attention. That was the idea, that was the reason for paying attention. And it paid off, didn't it, love? Right. We'll just do some nice big long panes of glass along here. Instead. I think this could be brick, that corner, and then it changes to that. And then maybe what you do is, it's one way. So instead of stressing out the zebra, this way they can't see through. But the lions and the guests can see through that side. Similarly, we don't want them seeing through this way and being stressed out. let's put our gate in now just to finish things off. The wooden track airlock's going to come through here. Oh, that's still the wrong way. There we go. So that should be safe now. Well, I never. So as that lion is returned, let's bring the new lion in. They're very low stats. I think we're going to wait till that resets. In the meantime, we'll work on our next habitat. So we've got our track coming out here, chugga chugga chugga, coming around here, chugga chugga chugga. We need like another habitat that they're going through. It shouldn't be like open habitat, it's just habitat into habitat into habitat. So this will become something else. They keep complaining about ticket prices, so I'm just going to put these up. Zoo overview. Tickets. Where do we do that? Guests. Where's ticket price? Cash flow, minus 33,000. Not million. Can't see where ticket prices is. Oh, there it is. I'm literally blind. 30 bucks then. Alright. $11 for children. Do I need more zookeepers? They seem to be pretty slow on taking care of it. I understand I could just turn these settings off, but it's also I just don't want to see poo everywhere. Legolas is about to inbreed. Legolas, stop. It's time to stop. Boxed. You absolutely behave yourself. That is your brother. You need to stop that. So Aragorn is a boy. Bella and Gimli is a boy. So Legolas was a girl. And gold too. Destination not set. Unbox. I think we might need to release you. Sweet Legolas. Off you pop. Wow, I just thought I would take a look at the settings that you can do for Sandbox. You can turn off escapes. So if we wanted to do our full barrierless zoo, I would probably just do that, rather than have to work within the system of making sure they can't get over, which is part of the fun, but it's become a bit puzzling to me. I think I would just do that, so that they don't leave their habitat for a barrierless zoo. I'll leave it on for now, unless it gets to be excessive. But that might be something we do, perhaps for 2. We'll just have a full sandbox setting, no escapes, and just full chill, you know? Guest happiness, I really don't care. We're going to turn all of that stuff off. And we'll turn off litter as well, because that's annoying. Okay, economy and staff. Turn all these things off. Fully trained staff. All staff at maximum. Great. So that should make things a bit more chill moving forward. So let's take a look at what animal we shall put in here next. So we've done the West African lion. What else could there be on the safari? We've got African buffalo, African leopards, African penguin. There's penguins in Africa. Elephants. Yes. Let's do elephants. Perfect. Elephant safari. I would assume they need a really big area. 2,000 and a water requirement. So this is fun. This will be a really big build. And just check what else they need. in terms of... Oh, there's 3 kinds of elephants. I believe we'll be doing the African savanna elephant, but there's also a Bornean elephant and an Indian elephant. Jabari. Wasn't that the name of the football for South Africa? Oh no, that's the Jubilani, wasn't it? South African World Cup. 2018. No, 2018 was... Russia. Was it 2014? Was it that long ago? Grade 4 fence. So they need a serious fence, of course. He's an elephant. So we have, as an option, the gabion. The red brick is grade 5, so we can keep that theme going, actually. But glass, they would smash through, mate. So... Oh, has been in box? I've left something in a box. Sorry. I thought you would be moved back automatically. Thought cats liked boxes. So, let's build a really big area here that is then going to sort of be the main bulk of our little savannah trip with elephants. So I think, let's think about where this entrance is going to be actually. Maybe this should be where you start. So immediately your track starts coming through here. The gate will be here. We'll build a beautiful lead up to it. And then we're going to curve off into the savannah. And over here we'll do a nice large area. So I'm just picturing it. They come through there. I want this to be more longer first. So we'll do quite a wide path through. Let me start to build up the length. And it's going to curve around and head towards the lions. It's a nice shape so far. Don't want it to just be a full-on circle, so let's kind of bulb it out this way a little bit. I think it's already going to be more than ample size, but it is elephants, so let's not skimp. And it comes up and connects here and connects there. And so we need another staff gate. On this side. For the staff to get into. Let's complete that path. Gonna hide this with trees later on, but we'll have it kind of skimp around this edge. Along with the lions. Polar bears are about to mate. Nice. The wooden track entrance is here. Comes around to that one. And there we have our own habitat. So let's check the height for elephants. I mean, I don't assume they're going to be climbing over, but, you know, I could stick their trunk over and pick up a small child or something. We could have a Harambe situation on hands. So we have 2 meter fence. So the 2 meters is fine. And we need to do some water. So a watering hole. Can they share with anyone? Interspecies? A baboon. Okay. African savanna elephant enriched by sharing their habitat with this animal. Hamadryas baboon, who needs a grade 4 climb-proof 3 meters. So if we're going to put baboons in here, we need to bring our fence up, and I think we should. So let's just... The easiest way to do this is to select the whole fence, which I was previously aware of, but some very helpful comments on the last video reminded me of this tip as well, so thank you. I do appreciate. There's been some really good, helpful comments, honestly. I don't profess... Oh wait, hang on, that's... Don't need to raise up. What's the lion one already? So let's stop here and raise that up to over 3. And then select this section. No, not that. Get off. To over 3. And then this didn't quite go up enough. To over 3. Hello? Why can't I raise it all up? You raise me up so I don't have escaping monkeys. You raise me up so I can adopt a baboon. Christmas album coming soon. You're listening to the Down to Sleep Christmas album. Chestnuts roasting. Okay. I mean, this looks like a very big area for our elephants. Let's check the size. It's 7,392. I maybe made it too big. But it's a Jeep ride through, so it's fine. Let's move an elephant in so we can start to work our magic and paint the environment. We've got 2 pretty healthy looking male and females. Let's move them in. The African savanna elephant. We haven't done this today. Was reading the knowledge of them. Deep in the African savanna, 2 elephants arrive. They look bemused, confused, befuddled. Over time, the world will be painted exactly as they need it to be. A new home, a safe place, somewhere to lay your trunk at night. Here, the keeper comes running. And would you believe it, in this small box is the world's largest land mammal, the African savanna elephant. Did you know there was once an elephant which had ears so big it could fly, and it escaped the circus and... Sir David, that was actually Dumbo? No, it actually happened. It was a nature documentary which I actually narrated for. Was it just you narrating over watching Dumbo with your grandchildren, Sir David? No. Okay, Sir David might actually be too old to do this anymore. I think he's losing it, guys. Let's get that guy off YouTube that does a pretty good impression of him. We're in. Alright, let's pause it whilst we work on what they're doing. And where they live. They need some hard shelter and the terrain needs to change. So again, the grass be too long. Let's go ahead and switch to our terrain tool. Make it a big size and just make all of this a short grass to begin with. There's now too much short grass. They want a little bit of soil. So I think we'll do the same thing again, where we're going to just draw out our soil around where the track's going to go. I think we'll, because it's such a big area, and we're also going to have the baboons in here, rather than just doing one big circle, we'll bring them sort of towards this way. Loop up around something interesting here. And then start coming around. And I think we'll do the watering hole in this big space. We could even... What about doing it going over the watering hole? Although I kind of did that in the last video with that bridge, so I might skip that this time. That might be nice. So a bit of soil comes around into the lion's den. So if that's a watering hole, this might be somewhere you're sleeping. That's enough soil. Anything else you want, babe? Just the water. Okay, so terrain-wise, we're actually good. Leave that for now in case we want to blend more stuff in. You do like a little bit of long grass. I'm just going to put that in front of where your shelter would be. And sort of on the sides of where the track will run. For a bit of blending in. I should have just done... so recently I did a video on the Odyssey. And I did an analysis. And then Universal took it down for using still photos from the film. Annoyingly. So I just remade the video, but I did the pictures in Paint. Literally MS Paint myself. Thinking about it now, I should have just done a video of that, shouldn't I? Come with me whilst I paint the Odyssey. Would have gone full Bob Ross. Never go full Bob Ross. So now we've got our terrain well. They need some enrichment, and the habitat needs a hard shelter for them. So let's get an elephanty shelter. Which I think we just go African again with the tall one. They need the big one, like that, where they can come in and sleep, right where people go through over the soil. So I think if we press play, that will take that up. Perfect. Now we just need enrichment for them, food and toys and such. So let's go to habitat, change our filter to the African elephant. Love elephants. Beautiful, majestic creatures. I mean, the earth as a whole just is, isn't it? I think I love doing this series so much, just to get to talk about animals and enjoy animals. Love animals. Okay. Food trough large. Let's have this over here. Just so the keeper can come in and fill it up when needed. You need water. Large. That's the large water bowl. I don't think that's going to cut it for you. Let's do a water trough. You're also going to have the watering hole, so this is really just kind of extra. Why is that not quite letting it be? I think the elephant's literally in the way. Okay, let's put that here. So you're going to have the watering hole as well. Now let's look at enrichment. A beaver pool is enriching for an elephant. Interesting. Wow, this gyro is huge. I guess it's a rubbing thing. I guess they rub on this. Put that off of there. And you need food enrichment. Fixed roller feeder, that could be good. Pop that over here. And we'll blend these in with trees and such. Hide them away really, because it's just kind of, I want them to be enriched, but also they look so like, you know. Waterfall and metal frame. There's a waterfall? That's so good. Oh my gosh, what if we do like do that around the watering hole? And it's just like a full waterfall. Just step down into it. That could be so cool. So we actually need to deform the terrain. We're going to put some water in here. So let's start with a little rough space of where we want to go to. Nice and deep for them. Might want to take a little swim. Elephants do swim, don't they? I reckon down to about there. And then we switch to flattened foundation, so it all stays the same kind of size. And I think we go right up to the boundary and just make this water. And put it right up to the edge if we can. That's as close as we can get. Oh, don't go on the other side. Oh, what have I done? I'm control Zing, but it's not undoing it. I think it's removing other stuff. Okay, and then we'll just smooth these edges out. Smooth. So it doesn't look as crunchy. And just bring that in. Like that. So we've got a large water hole. Let's put water in. And then we start to design this. I think we want to come back to painting. I think we put a strip of long grass along here where it's the water's edge. Where it's getting all that nutrient. I mean, that's the thing, is like this drought we're having is seeing all of the pictures of the English parks and stuff, and they look like a sandy desert. All the grass is dead. My garden is actually holding up pretty well. There isn't a hose pipe ban here, so I'm able to water still. But I haven't been doing excessive watering. I think it's just kind of because it's newly taken care of and fed grass that it's actually surviving. Which is nice. Okay, great. Just checking that that still works. That's not too much long grass. And just fill this in, blend it in a little bit. So how are you... Navigable swimming area. If I press play, is that a... Can you swim in that? Apparently you can't swim in that. Why not? This isn't swimmable. Maybe you need some kind of entrance. Let's have a play around. Remove the water whilst we're working. Might need kind of a slope down into it, maybe. Bum 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 bum. So let's see. Let's bring the flattened foundation up. Oh, it doesn't actually raise it. Okay, so we need to pull up from here. But it is absolutely playing hell with my voice, unfortunately. I've never experienced a summer like this. As I say, it's since records began, the absolute craziest drought. And my voice is just going. I mean, I use my voice all the time because it's... You might think, oh, you just do this video like once a week, once every 2 weeks, but I have this channel. I have all of my short channels where I talk about indie games and kind of try and help them out. I have my movie podcast, which I do roughly kind of once a month, but I did one recently, so that kind of wrecked my voice because it's like an hour and a half of recording. And then I have my podcast, which is audiobooks, which is twice a week at least, and recording. And my voice is just going with this drought. Like, I need the summer to end so I can just do my bloody silly job, please. It's really frustrating, honestly. I just want to cry sometimes. I'm just like ready to record and trying to do the work, and it's like, no, sorry. You have to sound like a raspy clown today. Alright, is that navigable? Yes, that's what we needed, a nice little slope down for you. Perfect. Now you can go for a swim. So now in terms hard shelter, you're not registering this as hard shelter. Maybe it's too... Oh wait, hang on, I need to put your bed in there. That's what we need, bedding. Oh my god, trumpeting. Does this count as hard shelter if I put bedding in here? Oh, the gyro fell off. Was that not... I'm pretty sure that was in the list for your habitat for shelter. I've got it set. Beds and shelters. It's not big enough. Sorry, babe. Let's get the big one. Whoa. That's a monster. That's so big. Oh my gosh. Does it have to be that big? Is there not a smaller one? The one that is smaller doesn't really fit the vibe. I did not realize their shelter had to be so big. You may have to go with this one so they can get into it, but it's just so it's not so huge. I think the African one's a bit big. And considering we've done a massive... I mean, if I move a few things, it actually looks quite nice in that area. To drive around? Okay, fine, we'll move things. So yeah, I'm very ready for the burr months, and once the burr months hit and the weather changes, I'll probably start getting way more content out. Because at the moment I just want to cry, to be honest with you. But even like getting my hair cut, like I've just been waiting for that. I'm like, it'll get colder soon. Let me just suffer through the heat wave because I don't want to sit in a salon all sweaty and with hair like crazy. Nope. Just the never-ending heat wave. Okay, now we can bring this big, beautiful shelter in here. But I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're staying cool. Having lots of, you know, ice lollies and such. Let's put this right up against the back. There. In the middle. Boom. Okay, there we go. Nice big shelter is in. Now we put some bedding in. I'm going to do a mixture of those and leaves. It's kind of like... I don't know, the baboons might want to sleep in here sometimes, mate. There we go, big leaves in front. Just to change it up a little bit. As well. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Once the track is in here, this is going to look lovely. So how are you, my elephanty friend? You are very, very happy. Good. So we have Gowon and we have Alika. What a lovely name. Now, how are you with plants? Because I would love to decorate this a bit more. You're happy with the plants that there are. So what we want to do is bring in our baboons, because they are going to share this space. And then we'll start thinking about trees and stuff according to the baboons. And then we can work on our track for our beautiful savannah. Not a ride. You're going in the water, going for a swim. Yes, enjoy. Take a dip. It's hot out. I love how they swim with their trunks up like that. Amazing. I mean, mean, just the world is so crazy, isn't it? And amazing, the animals and the way that things are and that they evolved, and nature is absolutely mind-blowing every time I think about it. Oh, we bumped into each other. Is this synchronized elephant mating? This must be underwater love, as the song goes. Trunk. Nelly the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she went with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. What was that even from? Why is that in all of our heads for people of a certain age? So let's check out this waterfall, because this looks really cool. So they seem to be entering through here. So I want to do like a row of waterfalls, like an elephant shower, and then I'm going to blend it in with trees and stuff. The zebra's about to die. Sad. Died very quickly. Didn't even get a chance to see him. Let's take a look. Oh, nice. It has, however, really deformed the terrain there. So let's bring that back and get someone to take care of the beer, who was our first zebra. Last thing you want to see at the zoo. So I wonder where I can put this where it won't impact the floor so much. A bit further back, I suppose. And then... Yes, you're very, very, very majestic. We're all paying attention to you. I wonder if it would be, if we could put this over a track, the waterfall, they have to go through it. That would be cool. So right now this might look a bit strange, but I'm going to kind of blend this in if I can with trees. It's kind of the plan. To make it feel like you're going through something to like get to that area rather than it just existing. We could put some rocks along here, make it feel like an alcove, kind of closed in. Look, just want to put it there to remind me. Whoa, what's happening here? Kicking up some dust. Okay, baboons. I don't know if I would ever go on a safari though. Has anyone been on one? Was it nice? I feel like being stuck in a car with people on a jeep and looking at stuff, and then I don't know, I'm particular because there's a certain way of enjoying things, and I guess trying to like, how to say it without it sounding bad, like it's like if you go to a zoo that you know is good with conservation. I know that's up for debate always. Every time I bring it up, people are like, no zoo is ethical, blah blah blah. You know, in a perfect world, I agree. I think everyone has their own kind of ideas on it. But when you go to a zoo, wanting to be respectful, wanting to just see the animals, not stress them out, and then you experience people like banging on the glass, kids running and screaming and this kind of thing, that's when you start to go, this ain't right. And I just feel like my luck would be I'd be stuck in a jeep with people that are insane. I mean, would someone really go to Africa and go on a safari and behave that way? Probably. You want to say someone wouldn't do it unless they love animals, right? But people do. They think they love animals, but then they still act in ways that are really disrespectful. You just don't know. You can't trust people. So let's bring in a baboon, and then we're going to make this a shared area. But we'll see what they need when they come in. They need a climbable area, so we'll need to put a little climbing frame somewhere. Perhaps try and slink one into this area or expand. Or even right at the beginning there. We'll wait for them to show up. But yeah, just one of those things, I suppose. As I've said before, growing up, I kind of had this brochure of Madagascar, and I always just thought, man, I want to go to Madagascar and go on one of these tours and see the lemurs in their environment. And then I luckily got to scratch that itch with the conservational open zoo in Spain. Where you can go in with the lemurs and see them. I know it's not the same, but it does stop me having to go to Madagascar and having a billion injections and put up with people. It's not good with people, and it's not people's fault, it's my fault. It's how I am. I'm also like, the reason I haven't got a haircut yet is because I just literally don't want to sit there for 40 minutes and have to yap at someone. I know, me being scared of yapping, can you imagine it? Online, very different to real life. Nothing is real, you know. I can sit here and yap because essentially I'm yapping to myself, and that's fine. Making these videos, I don't really think about people seeing them or yapping directly to someone. I'm just yapping. But sitting in a chair and someone going, "What you do for a living, love? Get me out of here." Alright, we have our baboon, who needs some enrichment, but otherwise almost happy with the terrain. You want less long grass, so we need to do a little bit of painting. And I think bring in the short grass to balance this with our elephant. You want like very minimal long grass, which is a bit annoying because I do like how the long grass looks. Hopefully we don't have to get rid of too much. Felt like I didn't even have that much in here to begin with. I know I've got some all around this back edge, so I could lose that. Definitely want to keep all of the stuff that's around the watering hole. Where else even was long? Okay, so that's enough. Let's just check that the elephants are still happy. Yes, just at the limit of short grass that they'll accept. They're like, that's fine. Sorry, that's a bit loud. I was going to do a really loud elephant impression, and then I pulled back, and then it made it louder because my voice cracked whilst doing a trumpeting. And I apologize. Right, let's move forward. Baboon. Oh, the baboon is actually happy with the climbable area because I think it's going to climb on the elephant hard shelter. Cool. But it just wants a bit of enrichment. So let's put that in. We change our filter over to the baboon. Starts with an H. So many animals to scroll through. Hamadryas baboon. You want some climbable shapes and some food enrichment. A jelly cake. Cute. Let's hide a little cake around here as a little surprise. The cake is a lie. A forager in this corner. And a little spiky fruit tree. We'll kind of make these parts of the habitat where there's little things to do around here. And a block of frozen fruit. So now you want some toys. Sprinkler, another sprinkler for sure. By the track and by the waterfall. Actually put these in between. Ah, it's obstructed, damn. But they could be in front of our waterfall. And see how that suits you for toy enrichment. Only 30%. Need a bit more. How about this bobbin drum? There we go, that's what you wanted. So now we have that. Can turn it down slightly because the elephants are loud as whilst we're working on this. So socially, let's bring in... How are you socially? You're okay, but we're going to bring in another bubble. A lady baboon. And we'll see how we go. I think we'll start with 2 and let you have babies rather than complicate things. As God said on the day. Pretty sure that's exactly how it's worded in the Bible. We'll start with 2. I don't want to complicate things. We'll see how you go. Ah, he's playing in the sprinkler like a dog. Cute. So I want to just now work on our painting and creating our area for the area here. So it's a desert or a grassland biome for trees. And try and fit this in. So it looks like people come through the grove, you know? What about through a mystical land of baobab trees? Into the beautiful waterfall area. I wonder if they could still get through there. I would think so. And then let's get some savanna rocks over on this side. Just to make it feel like it's actually a way through a lagoon of sorts. Rotate this around a little bit. We don't want to cover it up completely because people are going to sort of peer into here, but maybe there's like it's a peer through rather than an open space. So we'll start to like create a couple of natural openings with a large rock in the middle, and then start to kind of like create a layer of bridged rocks that people kind of peer through, just to make it feel kind of beautiful. And less like a big open thing. Oof, these rocks are big. Let's blend this in with a few rocks under here that are keeping it up. And then this side, I think, trees and bushes or something. Oh yeah, these African daisies, beautiful. These around the base here. Gorgeous. Oh, these large areas, wonderful. Little pop of pink and purples in there, violets. And then I want to put something along the back, a grass here that makes it feel like it's growing and it's not just, you know, a fake barrier. Change up different sizes of bushes and fill in the gaps with some not dry grass because there is plentiful water here. Which, because it's in shade, it actually just looks like you're creating depth from a distance rather than a smooth grass clearly dug into terrain. Different bushes. Do a couple of large blackthorn bushes coming off of there as well, looks quite nice for the enclosure. So they kind of come in and make this all bushy, this backside. this area. Okay, so that's where they start to come in from. Let's look at what else we have for this area. Something for our left side here. Ooh, maybe some tall reeds. I think the reeds should be in the water though, right? Is that where reeds would be? Rather than out on the side? A layer of them would look really nice here. Or maybe there's like a sort of something similar to bamboo. Line of cypress trees I think would feel a bit fake. Daffodils aren't tall enough. Fairy flowers. Foxtail palm. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's put one of those here. I have a couple of them that people go through. Ghost fungus. You can even put big mushrooms in. Ooh, goldenrod. They call him the goldenrod. Let's go this way with that. A little collection of that here. Off the edge of that rock. Acacia. Love an acacia. I think that would be nice there. I don't want that to be fully closed. This is the peer through, so as the jeep's coming around, I think just a nice tree here creates a bit of coverage there, and then you're sort of looking through and seeing them swimming when they're in there. And I'm thinking about whether it's worth me trying to cover up the waterfall things, but I'm not sure what would go along there with the baobab. You could cover them in like a green sort of bush, a growth. The nettles might work. Where it just almost looks like something is growing over it rather than it's part of the tree, because that wouldn't make sense, but I think let's try it like this and see if that just helps blend it. Nature reclaimed. I mean, it looks better than a metal block, so we'll leave that. I watched a video the other day about in the area around the Fukushima plant where it's a no-go zone because of the nuclear plant accident. And no, sorry, I've made it up. That's a different thing. It's the space between North Korea and South Korea that's a no-go zone. And in that space, like, nature has reclaimed it fully because humans aren't allowed in there, and there's like all of this wildlife living in this little strip between the two countries where they're like, neither of them are allowed in. And it's a small strip where wildlife is thriving and kind of all the plant life and everything's taken back over. And they were saying it's taken like 10 to 15 years, I think, for it to get completely replenished and for grass to grow over, you know? And all of the plants to grow. And so that kind of like that idea of the post-apocalyptic world, like The Last of Us, where ivy and plants are growing everywhere and taking over the cities again. It would take only about 10 to 15 years from us being gone for the plant life to just go, right, sprout up. Which isn't really that surprising when you think about it. I mean, my roses have just started to come back to life after I was so worried about them. And they've shot up like anything. I mean, in my garden, something like bramble, one day there'll be none, the next day there'll be tall shoots that have just sprung up through the night. It's amazing how quickly stuff grows. So let's just check that they're still happy with what we've been doing with the plants. Ah, the area became... they couldn't access it for swimming. Is it this tree in the way? Let me remove that tree and see if you can access it. Still can't. I feel like you came out of there okay. Let me get rid of that tree as well and see if that helps. Yes, okay, so the trees are no good. Or I'll need to use a thinner tree in the middle here. Okay. Baobab Not allowed. We'll have a couple of palms in the middle instead. Oh, it's ugly. Okay, I kind of want to get something that covers up the blocks. Fighting for alpha status, the deer? Where are they? They're rutting. This is what they do. Of course, people just stand this close watching. And then they'd complain if they get an antler in the eye.
My little Timmy was watching them dancing with their antlers, and he took an antler to the face. I'm suing.
Timberwolf inbreeding. Not on my watch. Let me... I can't release you to the wild. Box. Behave yourself. Unbox. Damn it, she got pregnant. Okay. It's as quick as that. Is that what it's like leaving teenagers alone these days? Parents be like, I left you alone for 2 minutes.
2 minutes is all it takes, Mama.
Okay. It's whatever. Back to our waterfall. Listen to the serene sounds of the waterfall whilst placing an Aleppo pine. I'm thinking the video I was talking about was a clip from, I think it's called something science. The rest is science, maybe? I don't listen to the podcast, but I get these clips, and it's a woman named Hannah Fry, I think, and a guy. I don't know the guy's name. And they have a podcast where they talk about science and stuff, but I just get the clips on TikTok, and it's very interesting. And I think she's actually going to be in the next series of Celebrity Traitors here in the UK, so I'm quite excited for that. That's usually got a pretty good cast, and she's very interesting. Ah, okay, so any trees here makes it so the elephants can't get through. They are wide. Okay, so I'm just going to have it like that, unfortunately. Which I think means I'll take the nettles off as well. The other option, of course, is to create another entrance around this left side for them to go through, but I want them to be able to, like, walk through the waterfall, you know. We may come back to this and do it later. Maybe keep the central one. Maybe keep the central one, actually, and do stuff on either side. Maybe that's the answer here. Because I do like these Aleppo pines. And you could just do a baobab there even. That looks pretty great. And on this side, something different. I want something low and bushy. Can you get through there? Is that baobab a bit close? Let's actually leave that one there. Get rid of the tall one. So we'll have a girthy baobab and a tall baobab. And bring this tall baobab over. And I think that is our solution. That looks better. So now we check that it's still... They can go in. Great. Let's start getting our track in. Because we also want to decorate the track front, I think. Lions are doing well. We haven't met our lioness yet, have we? Oh no, I was waiting for it to replenish. Hang on. West African lioness. adopted and in. Sorry, mate, you've been in here all lonely and just look. Look at him hanging out by the zebra pinata looking at the zebra. I could hunt them if I wanted to. If I really wanted to, I could leap over here. You think you're safe in there, don't you, you three striped fools? Just on the other side of this barrier. If I wanted to, I could leap over and I could own you the same way I'm owning this little zebra here, yes. He doesn't know that it's a fake zebra pinata. I've got one of your kind here. Give me all your food, or I will devour them. Hi, can you hear something? I don't hear nothing. Someone talking or something. Why have you got fight marks on you? Get you looked at. That was my brother that gave me a slap because I kept escaping all the time. Yeah, I did. He kept escaping. Anyway, did you hear something over there? Sounded like someone said they got one of us. 1, 2, 3. No, we're all here. I can't actually see anything over there, so I don't even know who's talking. If I wanted to, I could end you all. Oh, who's that arriving? Oh, there's a lady friend, boys. Act cool. Oh dear, I knocked over my little zebra. Pretend you haven't seen her. Pretend you haven't seen her. Looking off majestically. Oh, little Roy, yes, I'm a big boy. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there, darling. Welcome to my, I guess now our, humble abode. Word is there's going to be a sushi train coming through here soon enough that we can select some delectable delights from. Right. I'm not impressed, but, you know, you do smell nice. Yes, that's, Ode zebra. It's American. Oh, that. Just some prey that I caught earlier. I leapt over this fence, actually, and brought them from over there. It was very impressive. You just missed it. This little cub escaping time and time again. Time after time. Oh, really? You jumped over there and got a zebra, did you? Well, do it again. I'd love to see how to do it. I'm a bit tired now, actually. I'm not tired because I'm old or decrepit or anything. I'm just did it already and bored of it now. Don't think I'll ever do it again, actually, now that you're here. Because I'm so into you. Ah, that sounds good. Let's have a run around and a play. And then we'll have a baby. Sounds great. I'll never look at another zebra again. Lion tails are amazing, aren't they? Look at their little pom-poms on the end. So cute. Like, I wonder evolutionarily, which isn't a word, but it is now, what is that? Why you got a pom-pom? Looks nice. Let me have pom-pom on my tail. Ladies love it. You can just imagine, like, that's how a lion would sound, and so proud and so full of themselves, when we really know that, especially with lions, it is the lionesses that be the real dangers, right? Running the show. Beautiful. Love the lion sound. Right, track. Let's start building our track. Getting him in, getting him going around. I don't know why in my head, I was thought about doing the savannah. I thought it was going to be all sandy. Is that, maybe it's different. Different thing. So we've got to go back to where we were. Construction, facilities, transport, jeep. So if the entrance is going to be somewhere, we want it somewhere where we can then decorate, and then it comes out of here and joins up. So I think we just have them come up here, they walk past the zebras, board, and then they go in. I think that's what we do. And have it somewhere where it can connect here. Maybe even bring this, elongate this dip They come over it as a path, so on and so forth for decorating it. Kind of going to decorate this like how you would do like a Planet Coaster theme park area, I think. So let's start with it here, so that it can join on directly there, and then it's going to need to come out, right? But it's going to need to curve around that way, so we can only go up and down at the moment. Let's put the first bit of track in. There we go. Start turning around. And we can even decorate this whole area, so it's like they go through a themed space. Do a little circle like you're going on a ghost train at a fairground. Come to here. Turn in. Connect up. Bosh, you're in. Perfect. Okay. Come into here. Have you curve around that where they like to use that. This will then allow us to know exactly where we're decorating as well, to make things interesting. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, the baboon is about to have offspring. Let's see the baby. Come back to this. It's me, the little baby monkey. Welcome to the world, little one. She sits down, and out it pops. Little baby. I thought it was going to be teeny tiny, but it's not. It's cute though. Alright, back to the track. Station. Station. Do I have to click on here? Oh, how do we go back to editing the track? Save as blueprint. Drag, edit track. There you go. That's what we want. Okay, start bringing this around. I also feel like people are more stressed during heat. Like everyone seems to be losing their mind lately. Everyone needs a break, I think. Summer is a very stressful time for people to be existing. Life's hard enough. You don't need to be hot and sweaty on top of it, right? Like, I get it, but it's just I'm praying for cooler days and cooler heads. And then we connect up here. Into the lion's den. Bring the track through. This is a quick little scare at the end. This is good practice because I am going to do another Dinosaur Jurassic build with sandbox settings because I got a bit distracted by managing the park last time. So since discovering the beauty of sandbox in the town to city world, we're going to do that. Can you hear my voice going? We're going to do that with Jurassic World too. Alright, let's test the ride. Here we go. Oh, wait. Test. Test. There we go. We'll ride it. Oh, I love how through the long grass you can't really see the track. Oh, how fun. The sounds. This reminds me of one that I used to go on as a kid. That was like a little... You were in a car and you just went through like a garage and looked at puppets and stuff. Nice. Let's see what we can see from here. Great view of the elephants. So this, testing this, looking through into the water. See a baboon there? Beautiful. That's what I wanted. A little cut through. Great. Remind me to see if we can test the waterfall as they go through it, as they come out and through. Sort of mimic being soaked by an elephant's trunk, you know? And then into the lions. You've got the big baobab looking over you. And straight up seeing lions mating on your left. And the zebra view. And you're back at the station. I think that's a great little thing. I didn't want to do something crazy for our first run, but I think that's good. think that's a good little first test. I've never built one of these before, so that's something new. So now, let's think about how you would decorate this area. A pathway needs to come off of here for people to get to, doesn't it? To get on. Now where does that... It's a queue. Okay, so it needs to be a queue. And where does it connect? If you started it here. There's sort of no... Problem? What does it mean, problem? It says problem. Station testing. Ride has one or more issue. Check that the track is in a loop and stations are connected. Oh, well the station... Is there meant to be multiple stations? I thought it was meant to be one and done. They're meant to stop somewhere and get off? Because it's a transport ride, it's not a ride. Is that right? Does there need to be another station? Maybe there's a station to get on and a station to get off. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's test something. Place or move exit. Place or move entrance. Oh. Ah. Okay. That's what we needed. Place or move exit. Right. Got it. Connect entrance to path. Got it. Okay. So now we'll bring that over. And we'll make that go over what'll be a dip. And it'll connect up, but I'm actually going to reduce this pathway here to make it part of our path, our queue system. So you actually get a really good view of the zebras whilst queuing up for the ride instead. And then it just hopefully connects up. Oh, I can't connect to the edge because it's too fat. Okay. Needs to be a really big, thick path also. Do I have to then reduce this completely? And have it curl out? Why won't that connect? It's too thick. Okay. Bust that back there. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so there's your entrance. And then an exit path. I wonder if we can we have this without the railings? Get rid of the railings. Railing on ground queue, railing on elevated. Okay, there you go. And then that just quickly brings you out and back. And then I'm assuming it'll connect to something else when eventually this, you know, comes around the other way. This will break off here from the exit or something to whatever we do up there next. So now we have a path. We'll decorate this as people come through, hop over here and find themselves in the savannah. So I want to push this terrain down. I'm going to reduce that size there to try and... Can we bring it under, or is it not going to work? I want a gap underneath. It's not doing it. Okay, so did I raise that for no reason, sweetheart? What are you doing? Do I have to remove that path first? Let's see. Connect entrance to path. Q. Just remove this for a second. Do our terrain work? There we go. Over the pit. And then go back to turning this into a queue. See, now we want railings. So go back, place a railing. As you start to come up. And connect up. Okay. Let's just try to make this more bridgy and less like that in the middle. So we need to come up and then go straight over. And then straight down. That looks good. Okay. I would love to fill this with water, but again... Actually, do you know what we could do? Is pull this up. And just have the water on this side. Because we know the zebras swim through it otherwise, but I can just put some water in here. Nope, it filled the whole thing. Why did it go through? Need to fill this gap in. Okay. Flattened foundation. Across there. Don't want it to be that wide though, so also... Just bring that back a notch. Slightly smaller brush size. Okay. Now try and put water in there. Nice. So a little step over there. And I think just copy these bushes to kind of mask that big old area. So it feels like it starts to grow up to this point and then ends kind of overgrown. And we'll fill in this front area with bushes as well. Could probably use not smoothing but painting actually if we turn that into grass. Bit of long grass rather than... There we go, rather than the soil and the rock. That looks much better. Okay. And then I think kind of continue this around here to create a natural barrier so it doesn't just end suddenly. Kind of continues on. And also maybe a rock to kind of fill that in at an angle. So we want to bring one of these jeeps over here for sure as part of the queue, because it's what you're literally queuing up for, isn't it? As you queue up for the ride. Have a couple of these. What about one that looks like it's kind of like crashed and it's stuck here? Let's do that. It's like tipping. Wish there was a mannequin we could put in there, a little animatronic. One of my favourite things with Planet Coaster was like creating scenes with the animatronics for the queue rides. Ride queues, excuse me. Okay. Now kind of to fill these spaces in so it's all less flat along here. Dangerous fighting, incorrect sex ratio. Society as a whole, but also my dear. I think we've got to move some out. The boys are fighting. Okay. Have a juvenile lion be born. We have a baby lion? Okay. There's no release to the wild for the deer. We just have to send them for trade. I don't like that. There's a baby lion. So cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. Wow, do a little roar. Do the roar! You are adorable. Look at your big ears. They look like... Oh, he's doing a little... Oh. Can't do a little roar just yet. Look at you. King of the Savannah. Lord of the Pride. Oh, look at you, little pulling faces. Actually, do you... Oh, excuse me. Queen. My queen. Queen of the Pride. Lady of the Savannah. You're so cute. Ifama is your name. Gold. I think that's just like because they're juvenile. They attract like... People want to see baby animals, don't they? Anytime one's born. Well, welcome to the zoo. You are adorable. Beautiful, beautiful. Proud mama having a hard-earned snooze and sleep. Listen to that. Is that comforting? You can sort of roleplay like you're trying to fall asleep. You got stranded on a safari. You're trying to fall asleep whilst a lion is sleeping nearby, so you have to be very quiet not to make noise. Or you'll get eaten. I'm sure someone would enjoy that. When I streamed, people used to joke about like I should do ASMR and stuff, and I would always joke like if I did it I would just do wild stuff like that, and I would come up with these weird scenarios whenever it came up, and people would go, yeah, that exists. Like, what are you talking about that exists? I'd be like, yeah, that exists. There's like everything you can think of, someone's done like an ASMR for it. Like that probably exists, you know? I'm like, well, it's not fun then, because if I did it I'd want it to be funny to me, you know? Lots of stuff that I do is kind of an in-joke with myself, to be honest, to keep it interesting. The issue becomes, there's a real lack of whimsy in people detecting what's meant to be funny and not on the internet, so you kind of have to be careful what you do. Because people always think you're being deadly serious. I'm like, this is a joke for me. The one I always am open about is when I do videos and I go, is this the next Stardew Valley? And like I do it on purpose. I know that it's not, but it's amusing to me, or at least it used to be. But people get really angry now. They get so annoyed because everyone started to do that, and it just became like a thing where I was joking. But because now every game is compared to Stardew, it's not funny to some people. They're like, what are you talking about? It looks nothing like Stardew. But, yeah, whenever I do that in videos, it's tongue-in-cheek. It's kind of like meant to be a bit of fun. Is this the next Skyrim? Clearly not, but it's just, you know, makes it interesting. Just trying to make myself laugh sometimes and give myself a reason to keep going. Sorry. Okay, that's a beautiful big palm tree up there in the queue. So as we start to fill in these spaces, you can already see how the queue starts to feel a little bit more alive. And this Jeep's been here for so long, there are bushes growing around it. It's kind of stuck on something here. And we just fill in the gaps. even can put some reeds here as people start to pass through towards the safari trip. What could we put here? Maybe like look for a statue or something. Let's see what we have that's not actually a plant life that might look really cool here. Filter. Theme. African. The only thing African in the entire construction is fencing? Really? What else do we have? Oh, I should look in special effects. Maybe it's under some sort of different name. I can't believe that can't be there. I must have clicked the wrong thing. North Africa. Okay, that's got fencing and some pillars. It's not much better, is it? Zookeeper South American Twilight. That's got fencing. Rustic fencing. So this is the construction tab. Where is like... Oh, lights we should do. I must have another filter on. Because I'm being shown no lights. Oh, I have fence typed in. That's why. I knew I was losing my mind. Wow, look at these beautiful African pots. Okay. Now we're talking. I wonder if I could make the queue actually go over the queue pod with these pots. That looks way cooler. Take them down so they're into the ground. And then move this one back. There we go. That looks like a better entrance. And let's see what else we have. Some beautiful shapes. Bead banner. Wow, that looks really cool. But what can I hang that off of? I could hang it off of that. Ooh, hang it off of the bridge. Nice. Yes, that looks so good. Okay, same on the other side. Maybe move that one down so it matches. Bum ba ba. That looks nice. So colourful, isn't it? And like the combination of colours. So nice. We've got bracelets, we've got bins. I did turn littering off so we don't have to put bins. Painted branches, that would look cool along the way here. Just different ones as you come through the queue. Ah, so some are painted and some aren't. Got it. There's buildings, which I guess if you wanted to, you could incorporate that into the station here. If you were going full on, but I think that might be for another day. It could do something simple like this. See how we've got the pathways here, it doesn't quite work. I wonder if this would work as an entrance point again, because of how we've got the paths. No, but we could do it behind here so that the station looks like something. That works for me. Or you go through it when you go in. Also works. Ooh, I think you do it as an entrance like that and lose it for the station. Which also I think if we replicate it over on this side, that will also look really nice as an exit point. Just have to line it up nicely with our track. Nice. So let's see what else we have to have a play with here. Lots of decorative pots. That could be really nice as you're coming through this area. I'm kind of hoping there's some stuff in here so we can create almost like a little scene. So we've got some drums. The top of a hut. I guess we could try and create a little hut here. And maybe create like the walls with the hanging cloths. Instead. Maybe even just put the base up like that. So it's like kind of an enclosure. Hut base, that looks nice. Something like a cooking pot or something would look really cool. There's hanging baskets. And then maybe we just hang this up here. I think we might need to put another wall on. Wow, some ready-made nature scenes. Pride Rock here. That looks cool. Ready-made, ready to go. Hut, that's kind of what I was looking for. Wish I'd spotted that already, but I'm just going to build my own now. So let's move this wall in. And up. Stuff to look at. I'm going to remove this, kind of hate it. Okay, just get rid of that. Instead, let's go with the hut that they have ready-made. Oh, it's actually too big for that space. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah, let's just put a little canopy here. It's just stuff to look at. Colourful and beautiful African sculpture collection. That's cool. Let's put that there. That fits really nicely. There's an elephant collection. Hang on a second. There's sculptures. So we can have them looking at elephants as they come along the queue. Wonderful. Oh, baby one. Yes, this is so good. Okay. Love it. That kind of looks the same, so I don't want to do too many in the same spot. But I want it to look busy. I know it's looking busy, but that's kind of what I want from this. This sculpture, don't love it. Oh yeah, there's giraffes as well. But I don't think giraffes could go in with the elephants, only the baboons could, so they'll have to have their own thing. Wow, there's a whole African village that you can put in. That's nuts. Actually, so many things to decorate with. I had kind of forgotten how crazy it is. I'd just been working with plants for so long and putting nature stuff in. Nice. Let's filter this again. African lights. Lampposts. Definitely need to light the way. I wonder how this look at night. We should change the time. We should also like do rain and stuff. I've been forgetting to turn it back on so it can change its weather. Let's see. Nighttime. Let the lights adjust. "6:20 in the morning. Dawn. Coming up over the mountain range. Makes the flames look so cool. Wow. Beautiful. Wow, this is really overcrowded. So many people here. God, grosses you out, doesn't it? Yeah, I've really neglected lighting in the park just because it's been daytime the whole time. It's literally like just dawn lighting everywhere apart from the African ride. Something for us to work on as we fill in the spaces. What I'm thinking is we go through it, we do our habitats and stuff as we build out the park, and then we'll have a couple of videos if you guys are still enjoying the series where we kind of hone in and we're like, right, let's just like chat and decorate and get into the decorating. Like, habitats are done, let's just make everything look really pretty, because there's definitely stuff I would go back to. You know, I'm just moving through it so it's not excessive each time, and then we'll kind of correct and fix things as we go through. So let's actually open our ride rather than just carry on forever. Like, this station needs decorating and needs a building over it, but we'll leave that for now. We're going to open up and see the first people come in. You get beautiful confetti at your entrance. Bring these down into the pot. "You are the first person to ride this safari, sir. Your name?" "Cecil Barney." Right. I got a rhino hat on. I just love African animals. And even though I've got a rhino on my head and you don't have any rhinos, I'm here to ride this savannah safari in the rain with spider shirt on. Is that for Spider-Man Brand New Day? No, it's because I love spiders. I saw a massive of those in my bathroom the other day, because obviously with it being hot at night, like all windows open, right? Went in to brush my teeth. Massive one of them on the wall above the sink, chilling. He was like,
Sorry.
and I was like, "Do you mind?" And he was like, "Not at all. Absolutely my fault." And I just waited whilst he slowly crawled along the back of the bathroom there and went out the window. It was like he knew, you know, I feel like they know. And if you give them a chance to not be afraid and to just say, "Would you mind stepping out, sir?" they'll go, you know, and I'm glad that he did. Okay, so here we go, riding the first official Savannah Safari in the rain for extra effect. And it's looking good. Still some more decorating to do in here, that first area. We're going to do some baboon stuff, some climbing stuff, some trees to come through. Elephants in the rain. Baby elephant. When did that happen? Into the lions. I love that I'm on a safari and I just got shocked by something. And then look, our little family of lions over here hanging out together. All three of them. The parents and the baby. That's so cute. What a great first trip. Nailed it. I think we did really well. And the queue is full. I thought I was doing a big crazy queue, but it's full. Baby elephant. Having a sleep. Look at you. You're so cute. Saliha. 1 year old. Oh my gosh. Little baby girl. You are so cute. Baby elephants are another level of cute. Like, they're so clumsy and playful. Wow. Oh, I bet they're loving this rain. coming out here. Antonia the swan is inbreeding. Who's Antonia? I feel like I've been so engrossed in everything else I've been doing. There's whole new families of animals going on. I mean, this weather perfectly suits our deer park and our swan park over here. I was actually going to put some swans in here, wasn't I? I should have moved some of the families over. I'll do it next time. Like, we'll move Aragorn over here to have his own family. Alright, and that, I think for now, is our Savannah Jeep ride build. I think we did pretty good, and there's more to come. So when we do a decorating one, space to fill in here, trees and such, make that feel like a bit of a ride as well. This area is still open for baboon stuff, climbing stuff, trees. Very happy with what we've done over here. I think this is going to be good. And it comes around into our lion habitat, which I like this one too. It's nice. And as a whole thing, the zebra, the elephant, and the lion, I'm really, really happy with this. I think I mentioned doing this kind of African vibe maybe in episode 1, so it's kind of cool to get that finished. After we did the zebras, we kind of had that idea, and now it's become a whole section of the park. Lovely. I think we'll have some more rain in the next one. What a nice sound that is. Real nice. Thank you for watching. That's where we put a pin in this one. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll definitely be coming back for some more Build a Zoo, but let me know in a comment anyway what you want to see in this one. In the meantime, there are some other sleepy adventures on the screen if you need a bit more time, or check out the podcast Down to Sleep. Find all of the links and everything that I do below this video. Until then, thank you, and good night.